gold.
A green that is not green. Did I go the right way? Yes, I did. This
is gravity chamber.
If you jump down here, you cannot get out until you have the gravity suit. So in a randomized run,
if the gravity suit's not in here, don't come in here without it.
Unless you already have it.
Don't come in here without it.
Once you come in here, there is no way to get out without gravity suit.
Hopefully you can get to the gravity suit. That's it over there. Science. I said science again.
This is the gravity suit. We've already talked about it. Oh yeah, just getting the gravity suit is a fucking... Negative $30? Jeez. Negative $30. Skip the gravity suit, and also, yeah, you don't need the gravity suit to beat this game.
The only thing you need the gravity suit for is to get out of this room.
And to get through the sunken frigate. Oops, spoilers again.
Oh, the frigate's in the game? Dang.
So, this is what it does. Basically, underwater is the same as above the water.
Yeah, basically water no longer exists.
Oh, by the way, if you are in this room, you might notice a little something up here. Or right there, I guess. If you shoot this with the plasma beam,
it will melt, revealing a grapple hook that you can use to get to the missile expansion to Brandon's left.
But
if he will show the missile expansion,
right there.
If you melt that ice and then leave the room and unload it and come back in, the ice will remain gone, but the grapple hook will not be activated.
Actually, you know what?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh,
just to prove it to you. There's the grapple beam hook.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to this door and shoot it. So we just unloaded that room. So let's go back. If you have the grapple beam, this just doesn't work.
Yep.
You can still scan it, but it never works.
Because when you leave that room, it is reloaded as a different version of the room.
Yeah. And for some reason they forgot to include the grapple beam on that layer.
Only if the ice is not already there. If the ice is still there when that room is reloaded...
Oh, by the way, before you finish that, doing this was fun.
Whoosh.
That was one jump. I had to do that to get out of this area. That was green. I'm trying to show them the couple of things I had to do to actually get through. And that was one of them.
Anyway.
That was one of the things I had to do. Oh, the funnest part. I'm gonna kill them. Just because they're annoying to deal with.
I really like the gravity suit.
Yeah.
In the Samus Returns, that's the new one, they gave it gills, so it looks actually more like a water-themed thing, and I think that's really cool.
So, I think I actually combat dashed, or regular dashed, sorry, over one of those guys. I did this regular stuff, and I was doing all of this in slow-mo so I could even do it. I'm just gonna kill these guys, because they might drop something useful.
Oh, no.
Alright. It's annoying how you have to use the wave beam in so many rooms. Or so many locations.
They really should go by Metroid Fusion's thing, where once you've unlocked the type of door, it just is an any beam door. Then again, in Metroid Fusion, you can't switch beams anyway.
Oh, by the way, you might wonder, when that ice broke, why I didn't go in there. If you jump in here, without gravity suit, it is impossible to get back out.
Don't come in here without it.
There's nothing to get or jump off of, you can't bomb jump out, and double jump is not high enough to get out of it. So that's why I didn't just jump in there when I didn't have gravity suit first off, because I would have been stuck.
I forget what prevents you from going in there before that.
You need grapple beam.
Oh, yeah, to normally knock that thing down.
Yeah. And you need to go to Phase on Mines to get the grapple beam, and you need the gravity suit to go the normal way. I can just go to the normal way to get there, but I do want to show them gate jump.
The gravity suit is not actually required for anything in Face on Mines. They thought it was.
They thought it was needed to get there. This! You might be wondering, how did I do this? That was one jump again. This was... I kept them alive, by the way, because I didn't know what I needed to get through here.
One shot and the fire damage is enough for them to eventually die.
Yeah. I had to bomb jump up here. I'll try and do that.
It's one of those delightful unmorph bomb jumps.
That's the easiest of all of them. Same there. This one was fun.
This is the one you always tell me about.
This one was... Just this one was fun, because I had to do it off of this branch.
Give it one try.
Actually, no, I did it off of this fucking rock. I might have to slow it down because of how, like... Oh, God, yeah, I'm gonna have to... Nope. I didn't do that right. But this this was a fucking nightmare. If you go and watch Justin DM's 21% run, I think he actually does this. This is such a fucking nightmare. If you unmorph too early, you don't gain any of the height from the unmorph. I fucking made it, and you weren't looking again! Every time I've made that jump 3 times, and every time I've done it, Goatface has been looking away. At least this time it's recorded so he can see it.
Hopefully the recording is doing
I have 2 terabytes. If this thing is even 1 terabyte, there's something wrong with OBS. Nope, there's another item I can get in this area.
Just kidding. That's the new Thardus, by the way. They replaced Thardus with a blue dog.
Yeah, could you imagine having to fight Thardus in every single time you go through that room?
Thardus becomes a regular enemy.
He just becomes that easy.
It reminds me of Pikmin. Have you ever played Pikmin?
Yes. I never got past the second planet because I was too stupid.
Planet.
Or sorry, second area. All right. I forgot why I hate these guys.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
It unlocks the doors instantly, and you don't have to wait for him to go, oh my god, I'm dying!
Anyway, so, in Pikmin 1, the final boss is a really big Bulborb.
Alright.
It's called the Emperor Bulblax.
Alright.
In Pikmin 2, it's not a boss.
It's just a regular enemy, right?
Yeah, the final boss became a regular enemy in the second game.
By the way, just quickly, because it's fun to do. Thanks for lagging, game. There was really nothing going on. You saw GoFace go up that way. You can also go up by jumping on top of that. The fastest way up is you jump on this. For some reason, you could jump on this. And then you jump up here. And then you go up here. And then you're up at the top. And it's the fastest way up that I've ever, like, seen. Ow.
Are you okay? Are you doing okay?
There's a couple items I'm coming through here for, because
Name
I might
them
as well
in
grab
order.
them.
Missile, energy tank missile.
First one I'm going for is a missile. The second one I'm going for is a
No!
missile.
We got the thermal visor! The shriek bats are gone!
Yeah, I'll scan them. Fuck! It turns out I was just lying the whole time. Yeah.
So, in this game, in this particular room, right up there, before the She-Goth is here, there's a gang of, blue shriek bats. This is the only room in the game that they're in. And once you get the thermal visor, they permanently despawn.
And, yeah.
When we were kids, and actually, for a while we were adults, too, We thought they despawned after they died for the first time, because when we played this game as kids, whenever we first went through there, the next thing we did was get the thermal visor. That's so weird.
It's hilarious.
So the shriek bats have become like legend. The ice shriek bats in particular have become legendary in our minds as like these incredibly sought after enemies that just disappear forever if you don't scan them.
And that's not a lie, because they literally do just disappear forever.
Speaking of enemies that I forget to scan frequently, you know those tentacles in the Flagger boss fight?
Oh, his feet.
You gotta scan Flagger's toes. If you don't, you don't get 100%.
There's a couple things like that, actually.
They're way worse in Prime 2.
Quadraxis is a fucking nightmare in that game. Thanks, asshole!
The She-Goth absorbed that shot, or at least tried to. Quadraxis is the second last boss of Prime 2. Third last, actually.
By the way, this. You're supposed to come from the other side.
Interesting. Quadraxis is the third to final boss in Prime 2, and I believe that you have to scan it 5 times?
Yeah.
You scan Quadraxis, then you scan Quadraxis's head, then you scan his body, then you scan the beacon, then you scan his head after it's been damaged.
Yeah.
Do you have to scan the Emperor Ing any more than that? You have to scan
the Emperor
its first,
its shell form, and
no,
then
you have to scan its first, then the color. It's been such a long time since I've actually fought the final boss of Prime 2, because we just played Prime 1. The randomizer for Prime 2 doesn't work as well.
There is a C generator.
It doesn't work as well.
It's not as fun.
What? Prime 2 is a great game.
Right, I know why I'm going this way.
There's another plasma beam thing in this room.
I grabbed it.
Okay. One of the very few things in the game that require... Shut up!
It requires super missiles.
One of the very few things in the game that requires super missiles. The only other things I can think of that require super missiles are identical to that.
Flagger's room.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like it unlocks some like a missile thing.
It actually, in the ones in Flagger's room actually unlock a spider ball track, just like that one did.
Fuck, I missed the door by a tiny bit. Now I feel like a loser.
Oh, in the underwater frigate, there's a single thing that requires the super missiles. Yeah, and Big Tip's randomizer, the charge beam was behind it, so we couldn't beat the game.
There's also the containers in the research center that require super missiles. And also one in Phazon Mines that I can remember. There's a couple things that require super missiles, but like, you don't
Outside of a randomizer, you don't have to do any of those things. One of them is not supposed to be optional. And that's the one we're heading back to right now.